All right, so we are live. Welcome, Charlotte,
Thank
to
you.
5 questions. And Charlotte, you are in the Netherlands.
Yes, I am. Yes,
Awesome.
near Amsterdam, in the
And
city of Haarlem.
awesome. And how long have you been studying law of attraction for?
I have been studying law of attraction for several years now, and
Awesome.
I really dove into it last year in May when I attended the Hicks workshops in Amsterdam.
Awesome.
And I really got caught with the law of attraction virus. And then a few months after, I stumbled upon your video, one of your videos. And so I rolled into the Alignment Academy and I joined the collective, and here I am.
And you've been rocking it ever since, right?
Yes, thank you.
Awesome. Let's dive into your question. So what's your first question?
Yes, my first question is about my body and body weight.
Okay.
I won't make this story very long, but in my past, I have dealt with a fair amount of fertilizer concerning body and weight issues. And I've had some fertilizer regarding my relationship with food.
Yep.
And I think that's pretty good now at the moment. I'm really happy. But the last couple of months, I've been noticing my body getting more is having some expansion too.
That's a
And
good word to use.
yes, so that triggers some
Okay.
old stuff,
Yep.
I'm sure. On the other hand, I'm feeling better, like I've well felt before since a few months, because I'm really studying law of attraction and I'm playing the fuck it happy game, and I'm just genuinely feeling happy most of the time,
Good.
which is good. And still, this bothers me.
Perfect. This is a great topic. So on the topic of weight, there's literally, the first thing that comes to mind is something that a friend of mine said a few months ago, and she's a very strong channel, and she's got very playful guides. And I asked, I said, what is the real key to weight loss?
Yeah.
And the answer they came back was, if you want to lose weight, lighten up.
Yeah.
And essentially what they meant was that the physical manifestation of weight is a reflection of the energetic weight that you're carrying. So now when I work with, and what I've seen even prior to that understanding with weight loss clients, is a lot of my clients that were working on things like anxiety or overwhelm or stress or pressure or even other things, as we went through clearing sessions week after week, they would begin to lose weight. And what that is, the way I understood it from like a scientific perspective, was when we sleep at night, we go through those different REM sleep cycles, right? And the lowest or the deepest sleep cycle, when you're in that sleep cycle, your body goes into what's called rest and repair mode. So what I notice is most people who struggle to lose weight, and are eating okay and exercising okay, it's because they're not getting into that deepest REM cycle, which is the rest and repair mode, which is required for your body in some way to process and remove fat. And the number one cause of that is stress. So stress, pressure, anxiety. The first thing I ask is, when you wake up in the morning, do you wake up tired or do you wake up well rested? And when somebody tells me that they wake up in the morning, even if they've had a full night's sleep, if they're still waking up tired, that's an indicator that you're not getting into that deepest REM cycle and your body's not getting into rest and repair mode. So when somebody comes to me looking to work on weight loss, it's always, for me, it's about looking at their level of stress, pressure, anxiety, and fear. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does, but that's especially why I don't really understand, because I've dealt with stress, anxiety, and fear in the
Yep.
past.
Yep.
Uh, and for the last couple of months, I'm feeling so good. I genuinely feel good.
Good.
Sometimes I do wake up at night and I don't understand why.
Yes.
Sometimes it takes me some time to fall back asleep again, although I'm a really great sleeper.
Yep.
So there must be something that's keeping me up.
Yes.
And I'm looking for that something. I don't know if we can do this on the spot or not, but
Yeah, let's keep playing with it. So
it's just
there's
I don't understand.
so if you're sleeping well and you're waking up rested at night, so that's perfect. That's the first thing I look at.
Yeah.
So the other two things I look at is what I would call self-sabotage or split energy,
Mhm.
which is sometimes people have fears of letting the weight go. And the other thing, and we'll look at that in a second. And the
Mhm.
other thing where I come back to the lighten up is getting people to look at what's the heaviest thing, the heaviest emotion, the heaviest feeling that you get or you hold on to. And then it's starting the clearing from there. So again, let's look at the fear first, or let's look at see if there's any split energy. So do you have an ideal weight in mind where you would like to be?
Mm, yes, well, a couple of years ago, I threw away my scale
Yep.
because that really determined the way I felt.
Yep.
And I didn't like that. I want to determine the way I feel all by myself.
Perfect.
So I don't really like have a number in
No,
mind.
and we don't need a number. We just want to see if I just need an ideal. So do you have a picture in your head of where you want to be?
Yes, yes,
Perfect. Okay.
yeah.
And if tomorrow you were to wake up and you were at that goal, that benchmark, if that's where you were,
Mhm.
what would be the worst thing that could happen, or does that feel unsafe in any way?
Mm, I don't know. My pants would feel better, more comfortable. I can only think of nice. I just because I have been the picture in my head. I have been
Yeah.
that size.
Yeah.
And it's maybe I'm not overweight or obese or whatever. It's just
Yeah.
maybe maximum of 10 pounds, maybe.
Okay. And if you were there now, does that feel unsafe in any way?
No, it wouldn't.
Perfect. So that sounds like you don't have split energy. And the typical answer from somebody that has split energy is something like, oh, I'll get unwanted attention. I'd have to go buy a whole bunch of new clothes. So those are some common answers I see around split energy. But if nothing is coming up for you around that topic, then we probably don't have split energy. So then the other two things we want to look at is one is the heavy feelings, and the other, which I haven't mentioned yet, is where you're putting your focus. So, and a good example there is the topic of lack versus abundance, right? So with money, a lot of people are like pushing against the lack, right? And you don't want to push against lack because that creates more lack. You want to work your way into wealth. So one thing that you want to look at and ask yourself is, every day, am I appreciating my body, or am I saying, oh, I wish I would lose those 5 pounds, or oh, I wish that those pants would fit a little bit differently, or so. How's your focus discipline?
I think I have a little bit of both
Yep.
because I am truly appreciative of my body.
Yep.
In the past, there have been years I wasn't able to walk,
Yep.
like really that was really severe. So now I'm just really grateful and appreciative of my body, and I can do anything I want. I can practice my sports, etc.
Good.
But also there's this my hips, my belly, and that has been well better if you want to use that word.
Good.
And it also has to do with the corona situation because all the gyms were closed. So I think it's really here,
Yep.
and
And
I really like to change that,
good.
but it seems like I can't manage.
When you think those thoughts, what emotion comes up? Is it a feeling of not good enough? Is there an emotion attached to those statements that you just used?
um, well, it's then I feel too big. Literally, I am quite tall, even for Dutch understanding. I'm quite tall.
Awesome.
Uh,
You nailed it on the head there. We don't have to go any further. So you said there's a feeling of I'm too big.
yes,
Can you feel that as a feeling?
yes.
Good. So do you see how the feeling of too big would physically manifest in that same sense. So somebody who's got low iron, for example,
Mhm.
will often have an underlying root emotion of feeling like they're a weak person,
Right.
right?
Yes.
So a weak person will result in a weak physical reality experience. Feeling big might result in a physical reality where you're bigger than you want to be. So how about we clear that emotion a little bit? How does that sound?
That sounds lovely.
Good. Okay. And that, just out of curiosity,
Mhm.
earlier I mentioned like a heavy feeling. What's the heaviest feeling that you have emotionally or feel in your reality? Would you say it's the same thing, or is there something else that feels heavier?
Um, well, I have been doing a lot of clearing work in the past 2 weeks, and
Awesome.
there are two rather heavy feelings, and
Okay.
it's hard for me to choose which one is the heaviest.
Okay.
The first one, and I've been clearing this with two other members of the collective,
Yeah.
is I am not a priority, I am an option.
Okay.
And the other, which is also really strong,
Yeah.
I had this since I was a child. It's like I take up too much space,
Okay.
and I don't feel at home on planet Earth.
Okay.
And I think I have no right to be here,
Okay.
which also resulted in the eating disorder issues. And I think there might be some residue left. It's not taking up my day. I'm eating properly,
Good.
healthy, taking care of myself,
Good.
but there's still a little residue.
Good. And do you see the correlation too with taking up too much space and
Yeah.
how that could be linked as well?
Yes.
So let's start with the feel big feeling. So that feel big feeling, 0 to 10, how strong is that feeling?
Right now, it's about an 8.
8. Okay.
Yeah.
And I feel big because
I feel big because
first
um,
thing that
I,
pops in your head.
I have no control over my body. My body expands even though I eat healthy. I exercise almost daily because I like it.
Okay.
And it's like I have to just sit back and watch my body go beep.
Perfect. So there's an expectation that my body's just gonna get bigger. Or that it's
It's
not gonna.
like I'm watching it getting bigger. It's not like I'm expecting it to get smaller because of the healthy eating and the exercising.
Yes. So next week, if your body was smaller, would you be surprised?
I would feel really happy.
Okay.
Surprised? Well, no, not so much. I would expect so because of the
Good.
things I just mentioned.
Good. So keep expecting that.
Okay,
So right now you feel big because you have no control over your body.
right. My
Okay.
body just does their own thing.
Okay. My body just does its own thing.
Yeah,
I love that.
my hips just grow and grow, and my belly grows and grows, and it used to be a lot flatter.
0 to 10, how strong is that feeling? My body just does its own thing.
um, right now it's a 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you think one morning the cells in your body have their own minds and they just say, let's get big today?
Probably not, no.
Or is it possible that your body is responding to something in some way?
Yes, my body is responding. It must be.
Good.
I know it is.
Good. So we can agree that your body doesn't have its own mind and is just there to torment you, correct?
I agree.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. So would you agree that it's not true that your body is just doing its own thing? It's responding to something in some way?
Yeah, it is. I just know it
Good.
rationally, but
That's okay.
in the
So
past, it's been different.
good.
Well,
So
no.
can you
Yeah.
agree that that belief doesn't make sense, that your body just does its own thing?
Yes, I can agree. Definitely.
Good. Good. And since you're eating well,
Hmm.
and since you're exercising, and I've seen pictures of that punching bag that you manifested,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Jean-Claude. Yes.
So if it's not the food, it's not the exercise, then what does it have to be?
Well, it has to be something I'm doing with my.
It starts with the letter V. Vibration, right?
Okay.
It's emotion. It's emotion. To me, that's evidence that it's either an expectation, right, or an emotion. So we're completely on the right track here.
Thank God.
So I have no control over my body. Does that still feel true?
No, it's not true. I know it's not true.
Because if you had 10 Big Macs a day, would that be good for your body?
Not really, no.
No. So you have some control over your body.
Yeah.
You're exercising the nutrition control.
Yes.
You're exercising the exercise control.
Definitely. Yes.
And then the last piece of the puzzle has to be the vibrational control. Yeah. Right? So you're completely on the right track just by having this call with me right now.
Oh, thank you. I'm really happy.
Good.
It's just, this is old. I've experienced this in the past.
Awesome.
But my body wouldn't do the things I wanted it to do.
And does it still feel like it's an 8 or has it gotten a little bit smaller?
Well, it has gone smaller, yes.
Good.
It's still there, but it has gone smaller.
What number would you give it now?
I would give it a 6.
6. And
Yeah.
can we call that I feel big? Can we call that the heavy feeling?
Yes.
Yeah. And when you think about it as the heavy feeling, is it still a 6?
I feel big. Yeah, it's still.
That I feel big feeling. Can you tell where it sits in your body? Is it in your head, in your chest, in your stomach, in your feet?
It's in my lower body.
Like your
the
waist?
lower part of my upper body. Yeah.
Like your
Waist, hips, belly.
And
Yeah.
that's where you said you have the most struggle with fat, right?
Yeah, definitely. Because the rest is I'm pretty happy.
So that heavy feeling in your waist, okay? Don't try to overthink this. Just the first thing that pops in your mind. I feel that way because.
I feel that way because I have no. This is really. I have no control over that part of my body. That's literally what came up.
Perfect.
It's really strange.
No, that's perfect. That's why I wanted you out of your head. And does that still feel true that you don't have control?
No, because I know I have control.
And for me, that's where I put on my fat in my body. And that's the last place where our physical body loses fat. So when we're going down in weight, first I think it's in our arms, our legs, our face, and that's the last place.
Right.
There's a survival reason for that, I guess. I read about it once. I don't remember exactly what it is.
Probably, yeah.
But just because you're not noticing it here yet, does it mean you're going in the wrong direction? Or does it mean that actually that you might be heading in the right direction?
Yeah. I'm sure I'm heading in the right direction because of all the things I do and because I really, really feel happy. It's just I saw myself.
And all the clearing you've done recently too. That would all help with this. Is it possible that you are on the right track? It's just physical reality hasn't caught up yet.
That's possible, yes.
Okay. So that heavy feeling, is it still a 6?
No, it's dropped.
Good. What
It's
number?
still there, but it's dropped. It's a 3 now.
3. And I still feel heavy because?
I still feel heavy because I feel frustrated about my clothes feeling tighter.
Okay.
And I feel frustrated because I saw a picture of myself from like 2 or 3 weeks ago in a bathing suit, and it didn't make me happy. And that makes me sad because I really, really want to love myself in all aspects.
Okay.
And that gives me trouble to love myself. And I don't want to, I've been really unfriendly with myself in the past.
Okay. And I can't love myself because?
I can't love myself. Ooh. I can't love myself because there's just too much of me. Sorry, this makes me really.
No, this is really good. This means we're right where we need to be.
Oh, okay.
So, do you have a daughter? Yes.
Yeah.
And do you think your daughter loves all of you?
Yes, she does.
And even if there was another 10 pounds added on top of that, do you think she would still love all of you?
Yes, she would definitely.
And do you think your inner being loves all of you
Yes, definitely.
and all of the collective members just the way you are?
Yes, I think
So,
I know so. Yes.
so if all of these people love you, no matter what your physical body's condition is in, do you think it's possible that you could love yourself in the same way?
It is possible, though it feels like a struggle.
Okay.
And I really want to, this makes me sad because I want to raise my daughter loving herself, all of herself, just as she is, because she's perfect.
And
And it's hard for me to see myself as perfect too.
well, we're all a work in progress, right? Everybody's learning to love themselves. I can guarantee you there's not a single person on this planet who has absolutely mastered loving themselves at like 1,000,000%, right?
Yeah,
But the more each person learns to love themselves, the more they're going to benefit and the more people around them are going to benefit. Would you agree to that?
I absolutely agree. Yes. Yes.
Awesome. So when I say I can't love myself because, does anything pop in your head?
I can't even know. I can't even say it because I know it's not true. I do love myself.
You're a beautiful person. You've got a big heart. You help people for a living. I can't think of a single reason why you shouldn't love yourself.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you.
So take a nice deep breath. Can you recognize that you're perfect just the way you are?
Yes.
That there's not a single thing that needs to change about you to be even more perfect because you couldn't be more perfect.
Perfect's perfect, right?
Perfect is perfect.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes. Yeah.
And how does that heavy feeling feel now?
Oh, it does. It feels much lighter. It feels so much lighter. Yeah, I feel so much lighter.
That's the ticket.
Don't
That's
know how you do it, but
so here's what you want to do for homework.
yeah.
So my homework for you
Mhm.
is, do you do positive aspect lists?
Well, I've been doing a lot of lists lately.
Good.
Could you
I'm not
elaborate a little?
talking about grocery lists.
No, 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 no.
So here's the type of list you want to make.
Okay.
Every day, maybe twice a day,
Mhm.
make a list of all the reasons you love yourself
Mhm.
and maybe all the reasons, all the things you love about your body.
Okay. Okay, I will.
How does that feel?
Feels good. I will do this.
Good,
Definitely.
good. And you'll send me an update in a couple of weeks. So you let me know how you're making out.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Awesome. Have you tried using the freedom formula from the collective on this?
Not on this particular thing,
Okay,
but on the other like heavy thing, and it did make me feel a lot lighter.
good.
Um,
I
it took.
would I would
Mhm.
also suggest trying the freedom formula on the weight.
Yeah.
Because the one person I have tried freedom formula with on weight was somebody, I think they're down like 10 pounds in a week.
Really?
I haven't checked with her since, but try the freedom. I think we nailed it on the head with the I can't love myself,
Yeah.
right? And the more you love yourself and the more you love your body and the more relaxed you are, the more that weight is going to work off.
All right. Yeah. Relaxed is the thing. I am so relaxed with practically everything in my life.
Awesome.
But with my body, I just keep seeing the
Yeah,
expansion.
and that's, you want to start seeing the opposite of that. Or
Yeah.
you want to stop caring about the expansion. And when you stop caring about it, you'll stop noticing it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's do one more question. Do you have one more question we can dive into on your list?
Yes, I do. Okay, I have been feeling much better last couple of months. And yesterday I went through the little notes I put on my under my avatar,
Good.
and I saw that a lot of them didn't come through yet. I put them there like months ago when I
Yeah.
joined the Alignment Academy.
Yeah.
And so I was wondering, do I like have to reactivate them?
You just stay off the topic and just keep seeking out pleasure, right? Really, something I've been reminding a lot of people of lately is, the old approach to law of attraction was trying to use it to manifest the things to make us happy, right?
Right.
To manifest this, that, and the other thing.
Mhm.
And the approach we take in the collective, and the approach that's going to lead to much quicker positive changes in your reality manifestation, is
Mhm.
making the new paradigm your focus, right?
Definitely.
Is
Yeah.
working on enjoying your reality so much, being so happy, experiencing so much pleasure that you stop caring about manifestations.
Yeah.
And that's when they'll start to show up. So with those things you put on under your avatar, they're perfect the way they are. There's
Okay.
nothing you need to revisit. Just keep being you, keep working on you, keep doing the processes you've been doing, and you're well on your way.
All right, because I'm manifesting a puppy for us,
Good.
little dog. Yeah, because they're just awesome. Um, so I have been following my impulses and reaching out to people who breed them,
Yeah.
the breed I would like. So there was this dog who was like perfect for us. He was put up for adoption.
Yeah.
And we were willing to take him in. Well, it's not has to be a puppy. He was like 7 months old,
Yeah.
and he was all the things I saw in this dog. So I sent an email. I didn't care about the outcome. I was really excited about him. I chose this little doggy. He was a perfect fit for us. But now he went to another place. He went to another family. And I know there's no such thing as screwing up. I know I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
It's just I didn't really understand what happened there.
So I would say it's about the road to the manifestation just isn't over yet,
Okay.
right? Maybe there's a better dog out there that's a better fit for you. Maybe the timing wasn't perfect for you. Maybe something else is going to come along that where you're going to realize, oh, of course it was meant to happen this other way.
Sure. Yeah,
Right?
sure thing.
So our inner being sees the whole picture around everything,
Uh-huh.
but we don't.
Yeah, that's true. I know. Okay, so still on the right track here as well. So it was this like to show me this dog exists, because everywhere I get like, no, we don't have puppies at the moment. No, next year maybe. No, there's a long waiting list. No, 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 no. And then there was him, and I was like, oh, that's it.
Yeah, and
There he is.
see it as a sign that you're getting closer, right? So
All
when
right,
people
sure.
experience, when people experience contrast or something doesn't manifest, people often think, oh, I screwed up, my inner being let me down, I didn't do the
Yeah.
right thing, I followed the wrong impulse. That's never the case, because it's not the path of no resistance, it's the path of least resistance.
Yeah.
And physical reality is always feeding us the experiences we need for our own growth and expansion, and to help us make the vibrational shifts to let those things that we want in.
Right.
So your inner being orchestrated that that experience for a reason, for you, for your growth, right?
Okay.
So it might
Yeah.
be about asking, okay, so what did this experience teach me about me, right? So self-reflect on the experience. Don't see it as screwing up. Just see it as the journey's not over yet. The dog is still on its way. There's
Yeah.
nothing left for me to do. And I
Right.
can almost guarantee that the minute you take a step back and just stop looking for it and just accept it's going to show up when it's going to show up, the perfect dog is going to find you.
Yeah, I'm so looking forward to it. But just I'm coping with the desire, because we used to have these doggies when I lived with my parents, and I just long for one. They're just so nice. So that maybe has a part in this too. I'm maybe a little overly excited. I don't know. I'm trying to force it. I don't know. It's just
Maybe if you knew the absolute perfect dog for you wasn't born yet, but it was going to be born in 4 months down the road,
Mhm.
how would that feel?
Great.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So expect that there's already a spirit dog somewhere that knows that you're their owner, and they're
Yeah.
just waiting for their opportunity to show up, and there's nothing you need to do.
Oh, I like that. I really like that.
We
Yeah.
got a we have had a cat here, I think now for like three or 4 months, and
Uh-huh.
Nick wanted one for years.
Uh-huh.
It just the impulse, the timing, it wasn't perfect, and all of a sudden it just kind of the impulse showed up, and within a week we had it, and it was a rare breed 2 hours away, and she's the most perfect cat for us. She's so calm, she's so chill. Like when they say like an animal is like their owners, like
Uh-huh.
she's so in her environment here. So this
Oh,
thing's going to happen for you. You just need to give it the right amount of time.
I will. I will. Thank you. I will keep that in mind. It's a good story of your cat.
Awesome.
I'll think of your
Awesome.
cat.
Awesome. Thank you so much for playing.
Thank you, Nick.
And
Really,
you'll
really. Thank you
and you'll
very
keep
much.
me up to date with how you make out over the next couple of weeks.
Yes, I will. And I will start doing my lists as well. It feels good.
Awesome. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank
Awesome
you.
stuff. Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Have a
All
good
right.
night.
You
Bye.
too. Bye bye.